Batman, One Bad Day. Bane #1 is the newest entry in a miniseries focusing on Batman villains. Written by Joshua Williamson, drawn by Howard Porter, colored by Tomeu Morey, and lettered by Steve Wands, this issue focuses on the bruising and brilliant brute known as Bane. Yet, considering the lengths Bane has gone to in order to break the Bat spiritually, physically, and psychologically in recent times, he may not deserve anything less than a lifetime sentence at Blackgate Penitentiary. Set decades from the current continuity in the comics, Bane works as a wrestler, beating up opponents dressed as Batman. His life takes a turn when he discovers someone is manufacturing venom again, and he decides to put a stop to it once and for all. At the same time, he relives incidents from his past, including his last encounter with the Dark Knight. The fundamental problem with Batman, One Bad Day, Bane #1, is that it tries to humanize a villain who tortured Batman, took Gotham City hostage, and snapped the neck of one of the most beloved characters in the DC universe. While none of these events are Williamson's doing, and the writer does try to put some distance between the timelines, it's tough for the audience to turn a blind eye to everything Bane has done and to suddenly give him a second chance. To do this effectively, there would need to be a compelling reason to overlook his past abhorrent behavior, which is strongly lacking here. Williamson seems intent on giving the iconic villain a second chance, but no part of the narrative suggests he's earned it. Bane seems compelled to defeat Batman to overcome his own darkness and fears, while Batman challenges him to find another reason for living. It's a flimsy motivation that does nothing to endear the character to the audience. While the premise of the One Bad Day series could be considered misguided as it tries to play on the sympathy for the devil angle, this issue, in particular, struggles to connect with the reader because Bane's actions are too irredeemable. He hasn't done enough to atone for his sins, and stopping people from manufacturing venom is the equivalent of saying sorry after butchering an entire family. In the end, Williamson's story lacks the strength, gravitas, and motivation to change a reader's opinion of the Santa Prisca Bruiser. Artistically, Batman, One Bad Day. Bane #1 is also one of the less striking efforts in the series. Porter's drawings are technically proficient, but the art looks relatively plain compared to Javier Fernandez and Mitch Gerads' outstanding and eye-catching work in previous issues. To his credit, Porter brings a visceral energy to the action, especially the back-breaking sequences that feel brutal enough to pop a vertebra. Since this tale is a journey across several points in time and numerous locations, Morey gets to play with a multitude of color palettes and shades to symbolize each new setting. The method livens up the story and keeps the reader's eyes glued to the page. The colorist ensures the dark atmosphere lingering over the characters and situations looms over each panel. Wands plays a major role here. The letterer adds intensity to the action scenes with bone-crunching and powerful sound effects to show how strong Bane truly is. All in all, Batman. One Bad Day, Bane #1 is the weakest entry in this series to date. Villains like Mr. Freeze and Clayface have the potential to garner sympathy from the audience, but some rogues are too far gone. While it's easy to accept Bane and Batman could find mutual admiration in their conflict, the rest feels far-fetched and unlikely, even in a fictional universe.